Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryu Gozrar. Here's my final video of the month, the TvT build order. Recently I've been getting a lot of requests to show safer builds, but I actually wanted to take a quick moment to expand on the current types of videos I have and actually include a genuine 3cc build first. And maybe next month I'll try to get to a safer version of going bio off a double gas. But at the moment I just wanted to cover this recent build I saw, which was really cool, out of Maru when he played against Time in the Decider match. This was the second series they played. This is the build Maru used on Trine. It's a double gas opener into 3cc. 3cc in TvT has always been one of my favorite ways to play the game, but lately there haven't been too many great 3cc builds due to the Raven. However, with the current changes coming up and with the current map pool, you can now start to kind of get away with it a bit more. So, like any other build that goes double gas, you're gonna open 15 gas, 16 Rex, and then 17 gas. And we are of course going to be doing a gas pull. Now with this build, you may want to SCV scout, because we're only going to be making 2 Reapers and a single Hellion. This is like a pretty greedy build order, so if you're a very tactical player, you know how to position your units, this will work great for you. But if you're if you are struggling with, I guess, the basics, or having trouble in the game, this may not be the build for you. So after you throw down your factory, you're going to take 3 guys off of gas. I always like to take the third guy I take off gas and have him build the depot. On a map like Thunderbird, you want to build your depot right here, by the way. This just blocks this Reaper jump spot, in case anybody was ever wondering. I don't know if Thunderbird is rotating out of the map pool, but if it does stay, that's what I'd recommend. I should say, a lot of people believe this map sucks, or they don't like it. I actually think Thunderbird's one of the better maps in the pool. I really like this map. Yep, so now we're gonna rally our workers back into gas. We're gonna take this and have them go over to the third CC, or the CC spot, and at 225 we can grab our command center. Then we're gonna repopulate our gas. Then you go reactor, tech lab, starport, and then depot. And we're just gonna kind of chill with these units. It's very important that you're watching these units and babysitting them, because somebody could come in and just kill you. I'm sorry for the mild intrusion. I do have a fever at the moment. So I have a very, very nice mother just checking in on me. So right about here, you want to actually cut this SCV, and after the starport's done, you can just throw down your third CC. Then you're going to take the starport, and you're just going to have it fall onto the barracks. Or sorry, the factory. So, one cyclone, starport lands. And from here, you want to go for your Raven. And you want to start up your Marines. And when you can, you want to drop down a third gas Kaiser. And just start getting siege tanks out now. So the key things to look out for this build are keeping your units alive, and any early game scouting you can get that gives indication to what their build is. Against something like Reaper Fast Expand, you should be fine. I'm gonna chase this worker down. You want to do this on larger maps, so definitely not maps like Ephemeron, but maps like Trine, like I'm doing here on Thunderbird, would be really great for this type of style. So you're gonna get your last Raven here. Drop down this orbital. We're gonna siege our tank. Keep our Marines here. More Marines. And yeah. We're now going to take our 2 workers, so here and here, drop some mules. We're going to swap this over to here. Gonna pull these a little bit later, to be honest. We're going to do barracks and barracks. And just to kind of like get our general foundation down. Okay, we're actually missing a depot here, that's okay though. And at about 5:30 we can do eBay, eBay. And then we can just throw down another gas. And then we can land a 3rd CC. Start up stim. Start up a siege tank. 2 depots at a time. We're actually gonna need to throw down a supply maybe. Never mind, we should be okay. We're gonna start +1/+1. We can bring our units over here. Start rallying to the 3rd CC. Swap these 2. Grab these 2 workers. We're gonna make 2 more barracks. So barracks, barracks. And on a map like Thunderbird, I typically like to position my tanks just on the high ground here, and then I just like to leave my units ready. Now from here you can decide to go either medevacs or Vikings. Since your reactor on the starport's so delayed, it makes more sense to go medevacs because you have such an absurd amount of Marines. You can drop our double gas and then our factory. And actually when you can, you want to throw down a scan. I usually say this in some of my videos, but 7:30 is usually the most ideal time to scan another Terran player in TvT, because that is how you'll be able to tell if you scan their main whether or not they're going mech or not. So, like I'm saying now, scan their main base. Usually it's just as your 3rd CC is about to lift off, you'll have the energy. Typically, with most builds. But I was a little bit greedy. So yep, we can go ahead and make our medevacs here. Throw down our scan. It's the AI, the really easy one, so we can just nail the build order so they won't have much, but normally you could see extra barracks, possibly factories, or maybe armories, and that'll usually give you your tell. In case you're wondering how you would tell. So we can drop a 4th CC at about 7:40. This build accelerates pretty quickly. Again, we get our armory usually when our upgrades are about 70% done, and they should line up really nicely with each other. At this point we can do sensor tower, +2/+2, tank weapons. Make another 3 more workers. And oops, we got supply capped here. Remember your depots. 3 at a time should be decent for now. Drop a quick supply here. Keep making medevacs. Keep making tanks. Keep getting Marines. This sensor tower here probably should have been placed a little bit higher, so maybe up here. That way it can cover the top area here, but on a map like this you can just put missile turrets in places like here, and that should keep you good. Yep, and we're gonna keep making Marines. You can take these medevacs, load them with the Marines if you want. You can try to drop out here. I like to always, have a medevac drop out on the map of like 16 Marines whenever I think my opponent is going to go for their 4th base, just because most people will normally not build it on site. So sometimes you can get really lucky, and if you have all the Marines unloaded, so if this were maybe like 20 seconds faster, you can sometimes actually catch their 4th CC as it's going to land, and just kind of snipe it off. So let's say he were about to land it, I could just quickly stim in, get underneath it, kill it, and then run out. You can do this with 3rd bases too, but it's not as easy. And I usually wouldn't recommend it, because 3rd bases are a lot higher of a commitment if you have this many Marines. I'd rather just go into the main with a drop if I were to do that, or sit outside somebody's base. Also, in TvT, always just try to have some active Marine force. If you're like sitting back, say we're in this position here, we're just sitting back. Having just a bunch of Marines maybe here or here from a drop just kind of waiting is a really good way to play, because sometimes you may catch them sending out a drop, or you may just, you may just see them moving out, and you can like quickly take a nice trade. You can snipe Raven, maybe a drop. There's a lot of good things to benefit from just having units out of the map. So with this build, about here we should be maxed with 2-2, and you could really just go in and push. Behind this you could go starport, fusion core. You can do another armory. Start ship armor. Go in here because we should have like just a ton of shit, just because like that's just how the nature of 3cc works. We have really great upgrades. We have a lot of good economy behind this. You can throw down some orbitals, you know, for future. On Thunderbird, I like to split the map as quickly as I can, just because if you control more of the map on Thunderbird, it's really easy to take the win. You have to expand a lot and really quickly on this map. Otherwise, if your opponent expands faster than you or they get a lead and they're expanding, it can be really hard to shut down. So the sooner you secure those expansions, you know, the more ahead you'll typically be. But yeah, that's how you would want to play this game. You can actually go up to more starports if you want to, really. Drop down another sensor turret. Maybe about here. Lots of sensor towers on this map are really great. You can have missile turrets here. You can even put an extra one here. A couple maybe here if that's your thing. Start your lip range. Start your ship weapons. And yeah, that would be typically how you'd want to play a TvT with 3cc on Thunderbird. Typically the 3cc player will not be attacking. They'll just kind of be anticipating and defending, but yeah, that is the 3cc build. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm sorry if the commentary and whatnot was pretty bad. I do currently have a fever right now, but if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. I'll try to get to them. Thank you for watching, and everyone have a nice day.